Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilkanye Tasmai Shri Gurave. We'll continue our discussion on meditation. So we are discussing. So I'll try to share some more points on meditation. Our Acharya says the essence of meditation, as taught by ours, is not merely about a short burst of focus or a quick fix. It requires dedication and purity of heart. Our acharyas emphasize the importance of refining the heart to enable genuine meditation. That is the task. So we have that responsibility. We cannot expect some miracles to happen. We are genuinely working on it and consciously making an effort. This journey involves harmonizing the mind with the natural rhythm of life, especially important in our fast paced modern world. It's not just about practice, but about proper attitude towards it. This is also a very important point to notice. In the context of Vrindavan 6 Goswami, this meditation is ultimately about serving the lotus feet of Sri Rupa Goswami and entering the spiritual realm of Vrindavan. And that is the most important thing. Without service we cannot enter, and the mood of service, the desire to serve, that is what we need to cultivate more and more. And somebody who is doing it in that mood is already experiencing a great amount of joy and bliss in Vrindavan, and his heart and mind is completely focused and absorbed. And then the role of mind and heart in meditation is not only progress, uh, can only progress when heart is pure. And while external meditation practices can be adopted, true meditation can only happen when one is spiritually pure. These external meditation practices are like, I don't know, wake up and then you have a cup of coffee and then people sit for meditation, and after meditation they have one cigar, and then they're going and doing their own activities, newspaper, not newspaper, no, TV and all. So that is not that is all these modern meditations which are expected. And sometimes people go for 1 week, 10 days, 15 days, they do some, they become vipassana yoga and all. They don't keep their mobile, they just sit silently for 1 week. Such types of meditations are also there, but even they also don't make much difference in the heart. The heart remains like that. That is the reason they are all external meditation practices. It is not changing. So the true meditation can only happen when one is spiritually pure. This is the most important thing for all of us to understand, that it is not possible to do meditation because there are so many practices that are there. Even if one is not at pure, perfectly pure, a certain level of meditation can still be practiced at various stages of spiritual growth. That is for all of us. And the key is to focus gradually, purify the heart. And I'll just, yeah. So some more points are there. We'll just read some points from the purport, and we'll come back. And the yogi should further meditate upon the Lord's four arms, which are the sources of all powers of the demigods who control the various functions of material nature. Then the yogi should concentrate on the polished ornaments which are burnished by Mount Meru as it revolved. He should also duly contemplate The Lord's disc, the Sudarshan Chakra, which contains 1000 spokes and a dazzling luster, as well as the conch, which looks like a swan in his lotus like palm. So, we have discussed this. There is a guided meditation. You cannot just imagine something the way we want. And Prabhupada writes that all departments of law and order emanate from the arms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The law and order of the universe is directed by different demigods. And it is here said to emanate from Lord's arm. Mandara Hill is mentioned here because when the ocean was chained by the demigods on one side and the demons on one side, demigods on another, Mandara was taken as a churning rod. The Lord, in his tortoise incarnation, became the pivot for the churning rod, and thus his ornaments were polished by turning of Mandara Hill. So if we want to polish the Lord's ornament, minimum we need Mandara Hill, no less than that. And he says that he got itching. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says, Lord got itching. Why he got itching? Because all these Mayavadis impersonally, they say Lord is not there. He does not exist. He does not have a form. And this type of understanding is little irritating. So Lord got some itching. Now to make him free from the itching, all these arrangements are made. To all the demigods, demons, they should come, they should bring a huge snake, and whole universe was involved. Just for make Lord free from itch. And to polish the Lord's ornament, Lord tell, okay, anyway you are doing it. Let me also polish my ornaments, they will shine. In other words, the ornaments on the arms of the Lord are as brilliant and lustrous as if they have been polished very recently. The wheel in the hand of the Lord, called the Sudarshan Chakra, has 1000 spokes. The yogi is advised to meditate upon each of the spokes. You should meditate upon each and every one of the component parts of the transcendental form of the Lord. So this is also important for us. Each and every component part of the transcendental form of Lord. Everything they are meditating. For us, we meditate. Varaha natavarapu karnayor karnikaram vipratvasa kanaka kapisham vaijayanti shamala Randran venuradara sadaya puran gopa vrinde Vrindavanyam Swapadaramanam Pravishat Gita Gita. So this is our meditation. We see the Sham Sundar form and try to. For us, meditation, go to temple, take darshan, and that is the meditation we do. Because for us to sit and like yogi to focus the mind is very difficult. Mind is very restless and it is very flickering for all of us. It is very difficult, like a yogi, to sit in Himalayas and meditate. Of course, when devotees they advance, for them it becomes easy. They're just sitting for hours and hours and meditating. That Leela spirit. But now it is not recommended. Just have to chant and take darshan of Lord, and that's what Prabhupada did. He did not do Nirjan Bhajan or Leela Smaran. That is not recommended. Nijan Bhajan is okay, means they are just doing here and there. But Leela Smaran, just sitting and trying to see Leela. It comes naturally for automatically happens when they advance. So no need to supplement. The yogi should meditate upon his club, which is named Kaumudaka and is very dear to him. This club smashes the demons, who are always inimical soldiers, and is smeared with their blood. One should also concentrate on the nice garland on the neck of Lord, which is always surrounded by bumblebees with their nice buzzing sound, and one should meditate upon the pearl necklace of the Lord's neck, which is considered to represent the pure living entities who are always engaged in service. And Prabhupada writes that yogi must contemplate the different parts of the transcendental body of the Lord. For us also applicable. Here it is stated that the constitutional position of living entity should be understood. There are two kinds of living entity mentioned here. One is called Arti and they are averse to the understanding of the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For them, the Lord appears with his hand clutching the terrible mace, which is always smeared with blood stain from his killing of demons. Demons are also sons of the Supreme Personality of God. Actually, both are from the same Father in one way. The Supreme Lord. Even in material world also, both father is Kashyapa only, but mothers are different. And then they became inimical to each other. They always fight. It's a fight between cousins only. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, all the different species of living entities are son of Supreme Personality of God. There are however two classes of living entities who act in two different ways. The Supreme Lord keeps on his neck those living entities who are pure, as one protects the jewel and pearls on the bosom and the neck of one's body. Those living entities in pure Krishna consciousness symbolized by the pearls of his necklace. Those who are demons and inimical towards the past tense with the Supreme Personality of Godhead are punished by his mace, which is always smeared with the blood of such fallen living entities. So that is like decoration. That blood from the demons is a decoration on the club of the Supreme Lord. The club of the Lord is very dear to him because it uses this instrument to smash the bodies of demons and mix their blood. It's not that Lord is very cruel and bloodthirsty. It is various. That is the pastime of the Lord. He experiences fighting, the chivalry. Because we all have that. People like to see action movies and they also want to see some boxing, wrestling, all these things, the tendency is there. But from where it is coming? It is coming from Supreme Lord only. But that Lord's tendency there, it is not like passion and ignorance of this. It is transcendental. So he is not. It is not. He is affected by some lower modes and no. That is the original rasa. When it comes to this material world, it's a perversion. It's wrong. Like Lord is playing with his friends. There is wrestling between Sri Rama and Krishna, and Sri Rama defeats Krishna sometimes. That is original. That is pure love. But here in metal world, it is perverted. They come to so here a mud is candled with water and it. So the earthly bodies of the enemies of Lord or the atheist are smashed by the club of Lord, which becomes mudded with the blood of such demons. The yogi should then meditate on the lotus-like countenance of Lord, which presents his different forms in this world out of compassion for anxious devotees. His nose is prominent and his crystal clear cheeks are illuminated by oscillation of his glittering alligator-shaped earrings. Now, the problem here with the yogi is even meditating on the Lord, there is a very less chance that he develops love for him. There is always a neutral, okay, Lord is good. But when he associates with devotees, then only it is possible because what happens is their emotions are involved. Even though here Lord is there, he may get some attraction to it, but to develop emotions of that deep level is not possible. If I am with a person who is having very deep emotions, I also experience it. Like Rupa Goswami is sitting under it, Raghunath Das Goswami, he was sitting under a tree and he is reading the books written by Rupa Goswami. And when Lalita Madhava is reading Vidutta Madhava, then he started crying in separation. And the whole tree, all the leaves, they are fallen. There are no leaves on the tree. Now what happened? His emotions are affected, and it is so he was so emotionally touched, moved that even the tree is also experiencing that emotions for Krishna. And then the Rupa Goswami comes and says, "My God, what happened to him?" And now all the devotees they go and tell Rupa Goswami, "What did you give him? He's not eating, sleeping. He's just crying whole day." Then he goes to Raghunath Das and says, "No, there is some corrections in this book. Give me. I have made another book." Then he gives him dana keliko. Then again he becomes so happy because they are meeting past tense. So again the tree is also affected. It is also very happy. All the leaves, fruit, flowers, everything appear. The point is that the emotions can be experienced when we are devotees. The Prabhupada have whatever emotions Prabhupada experience, then with Krishna, that is the devotees who stay nearby, they experience. And then through them we also, our spiritual masters and all. That is how it comes. We feel like why people watch movie or something because they see somebody's emotions, they also get that effect and they want to get affected by the emotions, whether anger or fear, the horror movies or some emotion of love and all these things. They also want to experience just by watching it. But when we watch a devotee having it, then we also get that is the advantage. So here, yogi, it's very unfortunate. Even though he's working very hard and all doing meditation, but he cannot develop that feeling without the association of it. So that is the advantage for a devotee. For a devotee, he can that is possible. And yeah, Prabhupada writing that the Lord descends to the material world out of his deep compassion for his devotees. These are the two reasons for Lord's appearance or incarnation in the material world. Whenever there is discrepancy in the discharge of religious principles and prominence of the religion, Lord descends. He appears. His main purpose is to give solace to his devotees. They are feeling separation. So that emotional part is there. And but when it comes to show compassion to his devotees, he kills the non-devotees also. And he says, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam. All the different forms of Lord are one, but some devotees want to see him as Rama, Krishna, and somebody want to see as Radha Krishna, somebody as Ram Lakshman Lakshmi Narayana. So this is the particular. Now very important purpose is yogi cannot imagine a form of meditation. So that is not allowed for him. Cannot imagine anything and meditate. Nowadays, this is also there. You imagine any form, you can meditate. Meditate on the light, you have some form, you meditate. All these bogus things are there, but it's very clear. No, I cannot do like that. The so-called yogi who manufacture a circle or target or engage in nonsense. Prabhupada said this is nonsense. Actually, yogi must meditate upon the form of Supreme Personality that has been experienced by Lord's pure devotees. So, whatever is experienced, they should meditate on them. Yogi means devotee. Yogi who are not actually pure devotee should follow in the footsteps of devotee. It is especially mentioned here that the yogi should meditate upon the form which is thus approved. He cannot manufacture his own form. Right? We have discussed this also. And next shloka says that the yogi then meditates upon the beautiful face of Lord, which is adorned with curly hair and decorated by lotus-like eyes and dancing eyebrows. A lotus surrounded by swearing bees and a pair of swimming fish would be put to shame by its elegance. Now it is compared with the Lord's lotus face. It is compared. It's like swearing bees and a pair of swimming fish. This is how. One important statement here is dhyana manomayam. Manomayam is not imagination. It is not imagination. Impersonalists think that the yogi can imagine any form he likes. But as stated here, so Prabhupada is making this point again, and it's not imagination. It is not the creation of the mind. Generally, that is their philosophy. Why they say that no, okay, any form, because all the forms are your creation of mind only. I say, okay, for me, the Lord is like this. That is because my mind says I'm imagining something. Okay, now I say, okay, we'll have a very, very yellow, ripened mango. Now I'm telling that okay, it is your imagination that you are seeing that mango. Now the by our argument is, but everybody has the same sort of experience. That means that is real. It is not my imagination. Like if I say laptop, you say laptop, somebody else say laptop. We are all having the same experience. Like we all know, okay, this is how it is. It's you. Like if I say white color, or red, yellow, and you are also having the same experience. I am also having same experience. So how is it my imagination is matching with your imagination? It cannot match, right? It, because it is real, that's why it is matching. Because imagine like I got a dream, you got a dream, but it's not real. So you don't get same dream. But here, if it is imagination, why the experience is same for everyone? That is also another argument. Impersonalists think that yogi can imagine any form he likes. This is what is their problem. But it is stated here yogi must meditate upon forms of Lord which is experienced by devotees. This is very important. So devotee never imagine a form of Lord. They are not satisfied by anything imaginary. The Lord has different eternal forms. Each devotee likes a particular form and thus engages himself in the service of Lord by worshipping that form. Like whatever our taste is, based on that we have form of Lord also. Somebody is more liking Lord Ram because he has that Aishwarya power. Somebody may like Narsimha. They have some devotees in Islam. They're very, very great followers of Narsimha. They other forms they take darshan, but they're completely dedicated to Narsimha. Like that, we have some people may be interested in some other forms of the Lord. Very much possible. Somebody likes Balram more than Krishna. Now, why it is their taste, and Lord reciprocates also. It is authorized, bona fide, so not a problem. The Lord has different eternal forms. Each devotee likes a particular form and thus engages himself in service of Lord by worshipping that form. The Lord's form is depicted in different ways according to scriptures. As already discussed, there are 8 kinds of representation of the original form of Lord, which are produced by clay, stone, wood, paint, sand, etc. Manomayam is a carving of the form of Lord within the carving of the Lord form within the mind. This includes as one of the 8 different carvings of the form of Lord. So, like we have this clay, stone, wood, paint, sand, and then metal and gold and all. So, there is one form of Lord that is the carving is done within the mind. So, this is also a bona fide way the yogis are doing like that. It is not imagination because he's going according to description only. Okay, my form of the Lord should be of this size. His hand is like this. So he that is whatever is given in the scriptures, he can meditate on that. And meditation on the actual form of the Lord may be manifested in different manners, but should not conclude that one has to imagine a form. For us, no need of all these homeworks. Just chant Hare Krishna, form will automatically manifest. Just have to hear the holy name attentively. Like many devotee will have experiences also. When they chant immediately, they have that spiritual experience for them. They understand this is something different. There are 2 comparisons in this verse. First, the Lord's face is compared to a lotus, and then his black hair is compared to humming bees ring around the lotus, and his 2 eyes are compared to 2 fish swimming about. Yeah, Prabhupada, the lotus flower on the water is very beautiful when surrounded by humming bees and fish. The Lord's face is self sufficient and complete. His beauty defies the natural beauty of a lotus. Actually, the font, no, it is not there, Balram. So, in this, that's why it is not able to convert the shlokas. So, I will try to fix it. The yogi should contemplate with full devotion the compassionate glances frequently cast by the lotus eyes, for they soothe the more fearful threefold agonies of his devotees. His glances, accompanied by loving smiles, are full of abundant grace. Now he is meditating on the qualities of the Lord. So here is telling, contemplate with thrilled devotion the compassionate glance frequently cast by Lord's eyes. Oh, he is meditating on the eyes of the Lord. And with meditation and light, of course, he is seeing every part, the qualities are described also. You just not see the part, but the description will help you to meditate more easily. So, like if I say, okay, there is a person, now you tell, okay, person. Now you start describing. Is a very angry person. You know, fumes are coming from ears, eyes, nose. It's like terribly angry. Then it becomes more easy to understand. Similarly, here the Lord is explained, and very very detailed explanation is given. The yogi should similarly meditate on the most benevolent smile of Sri Hari. A smile for all those who bow to him dries away the ocean of tears caused by intense grief. The yogi should also meditate on Lord's arch eyebrows, which are manifested by his internal potency in order to charm the sex god for the good of the sages. And Prabhupada writes, the entire universe is full of miseries, and therefore the inhabitants of the material universe are always shedding tears out of intense grief. Even though it is illusory, but we get real pain. And illusory gains real pains. There is a great ocean of water made from such tears. But for one who surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ocean of tears are at once dried up. One need only see the charming smile of the Supreme Lord. In other words, the bewilderment of material existence immediately subsists when one sees the charming smile of the Lord. Like we are also, when we go to temple, we also see the smile, the eyes, and then here it is said about the eyebrows of the Lord, so fascinating that they cause one to forget the charms of sensation. It is said that no, while doing arti, see the eyebrows so that your lust will reduce. The conditioned souls are shackled to material existence because they are captivated by the charms of sense gratification, especially sex life. Sex god is called Makar Dhwaja, the charming bows of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Protect the sages and devotees from being charmed by the material lust and sex. Yamanacharya, great Acharya, said that ever since he has seen the charming pastimes of the Lord, the charms of sex life became abominable for him, and the mere thought of sex enjoyment would cause him to spit and turn his face. Thus, if anyone wants to be aloof from sex attraction, he must see the charming smile and fascinating eyebrows of the Supreme Personality. So this is for us nice instruction, and we all want to get rid of this desire to enjoy this material world lording over. And the nice yoga meditation for us is just see the smiling face and eyebrows. With devotional with devotion steeped in love and affection, the yogi should meditate within the core of his heart upon the laughter of Lord Vishnu. The laughter of Vishnu is so captivating that it can be easily meditated upon. And the Supreme Lord is laughing. One can see his smile in teeth. see small teeth which resemble jasmine buds, rendered rosary by the splendor of his lips. One devoting his mind on this, the yogi should go, no longer desire to see anything else. This is very like Quresh when he became blind, and then he sang very beautifully for the pleasure of Varadaraja. Varadaraja becomes pleased, and he said, "Okay, what do you want?" He said, "Oh, that people who made me blind, now you please forgive them." Lord says, "Okay." Again, after that, again he sits and chants, and then Lord Varadaraj becomes very pleased. What do you want? He said, "Oh, that king na Kolatunga too, he ordered to punish me. Please forgive him also." Lord says, "Okay." And then Ramanujacharya he comes. He says, "Did you get any message from the Lord? Did the Lord ask you anything?" He says, "Yes. Lord asked me, what do you want?" Then Ramanuja, "What did you ask?" He said, "I told him to forgive the people who were causing, who perpetuated or who made me blind." And then he says, and then said again also he came. I asked him to forgive the king. Raman says, "But why didn't you ask for your eyes?" Then Quresh says that for me, I saw your eyes when I am blinded, but I am able to see your form and the form of the Supreme Lord. Now I don't want to see any other forms other than these two. When I am closing my eyes all the time. He's blind. He's getting the form of Lord and Guru. He said nothing more is needed in this world. Anyway, there is no much use. So that's why it is said here. One devoting his mind on this, the yogi should no longer desire to see anything. And some devotees, they are very fortunate. They can stand in front of deities hours and hours and take darshan. It is recommended that the yogi visualize the laughter of Lord after studying his smile very carefully. These particular descriptions of meditation on the smile, laughter, face, lips, and teeth all indicate conclusively that God is not impersonal. Now, Prabhupada has this very standard way of telling. It is described herein that one should meditate on the laughter of or smiling of Vishnu. There is no other activity that can completely cleanse the heart of the devotee. The exceptional beauty of laughter or Lord Vishnu is that when he smiles, uh, he smiles, his small teeth, which resemble the buds of jasmine, at once become reddish, reflecting his rosary lips. If the yogi is able to place the beautiful face of Lord in the core of his heart, he will be completely satisfied. In other words, when one is absorbed in seeing the beauty of Lord within himself, the material attraction can no longer disturb him. So, this is a hope for us. What is that? What we should do? We should be able to place the beautiful face of Lord in the core of his heart. He will not be completely satisfied. His words, when one is absorbed in seeing, so in other words, when one is absorbed in seeing the beauty of Lord within himself, the material attraction can no longer disturb him. Then it is said by following this course, the yogi gradually develops pure love for the supreme personal of God Hari. In course of his progress in devotional service, the hair on his body stands erect, though excessively joy, and he is constantly bathed in a stream of tears occasioned by intense love. Gradually, even the mind, which is used as a means to attract the Lord, as one attracts a fish to a hook, withdraws from material activity. So we will take this purport. Here it is clearly mentioned that meditation, which is an action of mind, is not the perfect stage of samadhi. Because the stage of samadhi, no need of mind only. In the beginning, mind is employed in attracting the form of Supreme Personality God. But in higher stage, there is no question of using mind. So this is the point. Higher stages, no question of using mind. It automatically, you are directly seeing, no need of mind. The soul is directly seeing. Devotee becomes accustomed to serving the Supreme Lord by purification of senses. In other words, the yoga principles of meditations are required as long as one is not situated in pure devotional service. The mind is used to purify the senses, but when the senses are purified by meditation, there is no need to sit in a particular place and try to meditate upon the form of Lord. One becomes so habituated that he automatically engages in the personal service of Lord. When mind forcibly is engaged upon the form of Lord, this is called Nirjara Yoga or lifeless yoga. The yogi does not automatically engage in the personal service of Lord, but when he is constantly thinking of Lord, that is called Sabhaja Yoga or living yoga. One has to be promoted to the platform of living yoga. It cannot be lifeless yoga. And for that, he should constantly think of Lord. One should engage in service of Lord 24 hours a day. The stages of that is confirmed from Premanjana Churita can be attained by developing completely. When one's love for the Supreme Personality of God and devotional service fully developed, one always sees the Lord within, even without artificial meditating on Him. This vision is divine because He has no other engagements. I will try to explain more things from meditation from the retreat of Bhakti Gyan Maharaj tomorrow because I wanted to complete the syllabus also. That's why I took the purports. Now we have very less, so it's not a possible problem. We can complete in 2 days. Maybe in this week we can. We have till very big purpose 44. So 9 shlokas are there. We'll see tomorrow day after know this week. So tomorrow I'll try to explain some more points on it. Thank you all very much. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.